know how we do, family. Hey, boy, I see you got the rep of the Ravens on, got the Kumo D's on.
Yes, sir. Got the
They got
Kumo
the Kumo
D.
D's.
The people across the street. Nah, man, I ain't gonna talk about them. We all good.
That's right. You be good. Be good. Hey, man. So we about to start. You ready?
Yeah. I'm ready.
All right. So we are recording, and welcome to Mofo. I'm your host, Moise Batiste, and as you know,
what'd you call me?
I said no. I'm introducing myself. Hold on,
my
man.
bad.
You started jokes too soon. Hold on a second. Again, my name is Moise Batiste, and I'm your host for the Mofo podcast. This is a podcast where I connect with people that I respect and love throughout the years, and I want to share them with the world. Because as an educator, as a football coach, as a counselor, all these roles that I feel like is part of my calling, I've had the blessings to run across some very special people. And I want to just share them with you all. I think they have a wealth of information and knowledge that they can use, that you can possibly use. So, age 14 to 30, I think those are those crucial years in life when we're trying to figure things out. And so we're going to have some people, again, share their experience. So without further ado, I want to introduce my next guest. So this young man, before I begin with, I want to start off with when we first met, not necessarily when we first met, when I first knew of you and why I appreciate you. First things first. So this is this is spring of 99.
Wow. Take it back.
I'm taking it back. Spring 99, I come in doing spring football at Robert Morris University, where both my man Reggie and I played. But I had just graduated in the fall of spring of 98. I come back the following spring. Yeah. I come back the following spring, and as I pull up, I'm watching a spring football, and I just remember there was a passing play. I don't know who the quarterback was, but out of nowhere, I saw a number 47 pluck the ball out the air, run about a 30-yard burst, score a little touchdown. I'm like, okay. I heard of him. People telling me, yo, this kid, yo, Mo, you got to see the kid that replaced you. Yo, Mo, you got to see this kid. You got to see this kid, freshman, right off the bat, instant starter. I say, I got to see with my own eyes. So when I first step on the field, as soon as I get out the car, get to the field, I see 47 catch an interception, run it back for a touchdown. And I said, okay. Then he takes his helmet off, and I see a black dude with a bushy blonde hair. I don't know what it was. His hair was dyed. And I'm like, this dude is different.
Full of myself. There you go.
Yes. So in a million years, that I think that this guy would become one of my best friends. I put him top 2. He's 1A. It's 2 guys, but he's one of them. He was my best man for my wedding. We've had some good conversations. We've had disagreements. We never had a fallout. We're gonna keep it like that. Truly, the little brother that I never had. He's an entrepreneur. He knows his numbers. Background in finance, real estate. He's an athlete. He's a father. He's a husband. I want to introduce you all to one of my best friends, Mr. Reggie Chambers III. What's going on, Reggie?
Yo, here we go. I just want to let y'all know, man, in life, it's one of them things where just have fun. Have fun, but know when it gets real, okay? So I want to speak some things, when it comes to me as far as money and stuff like that.
Yeah, we gonna get into that. We gonna get into that. Hold on. Not yet.
Hold on.
Cause we got a process here at Mofo. So we can't just jump. We can't just jump in there. Slow it down. So because we all have a beginning. So I just told you about when we first met, and now I'm telling you why I appreciate you. I could truly say, and I've told you this before, that when it comes to me growing up and just, I'll say my football experience, schooling experience, all through schooling, whether it's undergrad, whether it's K-12, I took life so seriously. I don't think I laughed enough. I don't think I was relaxed enough. And I know my teammates, classmates will say that too, and I can admit that. But I can say you single-handedly played a huge role in me coming out of my comfort zone and being more social, and definitely laughing at myself, because the hazing that you and again, I interviewed Horst last week, so can't wait to post that one, because y'all gonna learn a lot about Horst that you probably didn't know, man, because he opened up. But yeah, man, the hazing that y'all gave me, and I had to take it. Because I knew, to tell y'all straight up, I knew y'all was good. I just didn't know y'all was that good, because I said, if these dudes, that 2000 championship team, the national championship team, I'm like, if these dudes, based on their attitude, don't get it together, they are not going to do it well. Little did I know that y'all act the way y'all did, and we still went undefeated. And most of that was because led by you. You made sure to keep that team light. You Smoke, you guys really made sure to keep always keep the mood light, to never let it get too serious that we lost focus and didn't perform on the field. So I appreciate you for helping me come out of my shell. I appreciate all the financial advice and how I've saved money throughout the years. And we still laugh about some of the ways. We're going to talk about some of the ways how we used to ball on a budget. Ooh, there's some funny stories.
I'm
but
telling
yeah,
you.
But my man Reggie Chambers.
That was funny.
Yeah. Hey, bro, we was resourceful.
Budget was hilarious.
Yes, sir. We was resourceful though, man. But yeah, so let's start from the beginning, man. Where you originally from? How you grew up? Mom, dad, lessons learned. Then we gonna get a little bit of sports, man. But just where you from? Baltimore. Let's talk about Baltimore, man. What can you tell us about the city of Baltimore?
So I'm from Baltimore, and Baltimore gets a bad rep. You know what I mean? They basically get a bad rep, but honestly, a lot of it is true. A lot of it is true because Baltimore kind of is what it is. Like, they're just poor people fighting. You know what I mean? And I put it to you this way. Dog, I can get my house that I grew up in for less than $50,000 right now. And I'm only saying that because between my wife and myself, the houses that we grew up in is less than 100 grand. That just kind of give you a picture of, kind of where we come from. But I put it to you this way, man. We've come a long way. And I just kind of want y'all to realize that it takes hard work. My mom, my dad, they were just angry people that refused to stick with the situation. So they said, it's not going to happen. We got to do better for our kids. So the next generation, man, you just got to fight and be better for your next generation.
Question for you though, because I want you to put this in context. So I mean, I was fascinated by the story of how early your mom got you involved with understanding how money works and how real estate and property works. So if you can give us a snapshot of how early you was when you can remember really paying attention and being schooled on how investments and how money works, etc. So how early and what was those lessons that you learned early?
I was 6 or 7 years old out collecting rent money.
I
literally
love that,
6
man.
or 7 years old out collecting
walk us through that. Yeah.
And
you knock on that door.
Knocking on that door, hey, your rent's due, and here's the thing too. It was in areas where, you really don't want to go, but it is what it is. Like my mom was, I'm gonna tell you what she did, which kind of gave me a lesson on both sides. Was I used to have made up money. So when I say made up money, I had like something rolled up in my hand, and I would have $1 or $2 bill wrapped around it. Okay, and when I did that, she had me out collecting rent. And when she had me out collecting rent, it was because if somebody robbed me, again, just realize we were in areas that are not good.
Baltimore. It's Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Around what year are we talking about?
1986, 87.
Ooh, Lord have mercy. So we're talking about crack era.
And
DC,
I'm telling you,
Baltimore
when you want to hear about The Wire, y'all think The Wire is bad. I used to have to live The Wire.
That's what I want them to hear, Reggie. Yeah, you live The Wire.
Everybody wanted to hear The Wire and see The Wire on TV and be like, oh, is Baltimore really that bad? Yeah, Baltimore is that bad. You better believe it. Okay? So anyway, I'm out collecting rent as a 6 or 7 year old. Okay? And the thing is, though, you know, I get the money, and you got to realize I could sit there in these houses and I could watch, you know, open up the curtain and watch them deal drugs. It's what I saw. So as a young person, I always thought that was the norm. But I will say, you know, I'd watch all of that, and I get in the car and I, you know, go back home, and I'd be like, you don't have to live like this. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to. I just always thought you didn't have, but my mom said, you know, we would take the money, we would go back, we'd put it in the bank, we'd save it, and I always tell my mom to this day, save.
Yeah,
so
I remember we talked about how we grew up with the raggedy clothes, and how, you know, our parents would not give us the nice stuff and would explain. You said your mama gave you an explanation about them clothes.
Dog, people thought it was hilarious. People used to crack on me. They used to the point where I'd almost have to, you know, like want to cry and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It got to the point where, you know what I'm saying, like I had to fake Jordans. So, look, I don't know all these numbers that just came out. Jordan just came out with these numbers or whatever. Whichever one, the numbers that just came out, I had them.
Whatever.
I had them, but they were the Payless version. And people made so much fun of me. And then my mom used to tell me, oh, okay, so the person that's making fun of you, let me ask you this. Are they renting an apartment down the street? Are they doing this? Are they doing that? And I used to think to myself, like, man, but you know what, though? They got me good, though. They, you know, they used to always talk about me. They used to always laugh at me. She said, I don't care. She said, but are they renting a house down the street? Are they, you know, their parents, you know, doing whatever to go pick them up? I got a car. I got a house. I had this. She broke it all down to me, and it didn't make sense to me at that point. It literally didn't make sense to me. I said, that's ridiculous, though. And I'm like, oh, wow. So she said, Reggie, and later in life, you'll start to realize you don't have to worry about it. You will have yours later in life. Just worry about it. You know, don't worry about it now. So, sure enough, a lot of the people that were worried about, you know, my shoes and my clothes and my this and my that, you know, a lot of them now, I see them on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing what I'm up to, you know. They're just not doing what I'm up to.
I like how you try to clean that up, man. They struggling.
Well,
here's the thing,
man. I want to be, you know, I want to be bashful, you know. I want to be kind of
sensitive,
you know what I mean?
Understood. I understand.
They didn't know. Right. They didn't know any better or whatever. But at the end of the day, man, like, my mom taught me a lesson. She taught me a lesson that, you know, back then, I didn't see what I can see now.
Yeah.
And I was 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. Like, I want them shoes. I want this. I want that. And come to find out, who's winning nowadays?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
you know,
I think you said it best, man. Like, again, they were not educated, and you were lucky to catch it early, man. At age 6, to be knocking on the doors of in neighborhoods that's represented in the show The Wire, for those who don't understand, and to get those lessons early, telling who's on the other side of that door, what they're gonna do, etc. But to learn how that works and how to save money, and which leads you to where you are now today. But before we get more to that, let's keep on track. So you have a younger sister, correct? Older sister.
No, I have an older sister. Son, she used to beat my ass. Yo,
Hey, that's where you got your toughness from.
man, that's where I got my toughness
Hey,
from.
I know you got some stories, bro. Give me a good one.
Yo,
Cause your sister is tough, dog. She
I'm
just
telling
got
you
that
right,
demeanor about her.
yo, she used to beat me up, and she would dare me to tell my mom when my mom got off from work. So you gotta realize, single mom, you know what I'm saying? Single mom working, and she used to put me in a closet. So my mom's house had a closet, and I don't even understand why. She had a closet that locked from the outside in. So in other words, she used to put me in there, lock it, and say, I dare you tell her, I dare you tell my mom. I dare you tell my mom when she get off from work.
How long should have you in there?
Yo, I'd be in there for hours. 4 or 5 hours. I'd be in there hours. And she said, I dare you tell mom when she get home.
Oh,
and then when I would get home, I'd tell her, and then I get my tail whipped the next day. For hours. It's like, don't you dare. I'm telling you, bro. Listen.
So that's where you got your toughness from.
Oh, that's where I got my toughness from. And she said, I dare you. I dare you. I dare you tell.
Oh,
hey,
that's
mofo,
hilarious.
I'm telling you right now, man. Like, yo, you want to talk about somebody to get my tough. You saw my wedding DVD. My wedding DVD, she said, she was just like, I made you who you are today. And I'm like, yo, real talk. Yo, you want to talk about somebody that hit you up on your upper chin and be like, yo, you good. You know,
hey,
you good.
brother.
She's like, yo.
Hey, older sister, brother. Hey, I understand. I'm the oldest, so my sister said I tortured her, bro. My youngest sister.
Hey, what sister?
Kathleen, the youngest one.
Oh, Kathleen. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, here you go, bro. Don't you start, bro.
Oh, it's
Don't
Kathleen.
You start.
And who's the other one? Oh,
Carolyn.
And Caroline. Oh, my God.
Not Caroline. Carolyn.
Oh,
you don't want
Carolyn.
no problem. Remember, you don't
it's
want
the
no
same difference. Same difference.
It's not the same, bro. Two different things.
I
don't want you to get no trouble, man. But hey, so let's switch to sports though. So what age did you start playing sports, and which one was your favorite?
Yo, let me tell you something about sports that's really kind of pivotal to my life. My mom said, this dude is really, 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 really energetic. And, the teacher started talking about putting me on Ritalin.
What grade did they suggest that for you?
Like second grade or something like that. They said this dude is too energetic. This dude is too everything.
And we're talking about public school, right?
Ritalin.
Public school, right?
Yeah, it's public school.
So public school, they put on. What were you doing that made them say that you need to be on Ritalin?
I just couldn't stay still. I just, you know what I mean? It was one
of those things,
man, like, I just was energetic. And
right.
The crazy part about it is I see a lot of myself in Gia. Like, Gia, you don't understand. Like, she won't stay still. She keeps going, like, just energetic. And the thing is, with her, they keep saying that, she got that from her parents, and I'm talking about with Gia.
Right.
They keep saying, she got it from me and blah, 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 blah. But my mom kept saying, I will never put him on Ritalin. I will never put him on Ritalin. I will never. And she used to tell the teachers at school, if you deal with him, I'm going to deal with him. I deal with him, you deal with him. So in other words, one of the ways that she felt as though I should, that she should deal with me is she put me in sports. So one of the first sports she put me in was baseball. And that tested my, my patience, because I had to be patient. Baseball is a slow sport.
Yes, it is.
It's not something that's real fast or anything else like that. But she put me in it, and she said, she used to always test me. She used to test me to the point where she used to say, you need to deal with the speed of the sport. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She always made me deal with the speed of the sport.
Brother, man, your mom could have easily been a sports guru. She would have been a bomb coach, because for her to say that, and I never thought about it before, man. Baseball is a sport of patience.
Yeah.
You have to in timing, right? So I think for kids who have a lot of energy, baseball would be the perfect sport. I mean, I bet you, I can imagine starting out how you was all over the place on that baseball field, but learning the game, I'm guessing learning the game slowed you down too.
And that's what she told me. She said, Reggie, you have to deal with this game, the speed of the game. You have to slow down. And it was weird, man. And if I'm gonna open up to y'all, I'm gonna let y'all know everything right now. Like, I had a problem when I was younger with stuttering. A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people don't realize I stuttered like crazy when I was young.
I wouldn't have known that, actually.
I'm telling you, man, I used to stutter like crazy. And here's the thing. People make fun of me. People, say stuff. And guess what? They used to make fun of me because I stuttered. And my whole thing was, okay, I stuttered, but then I come back with something even better. You know what I'm saying? Like
we know you developed that skill, boy.
I'm telling you. Like,
the
people
comeback,
used to really
baby,
make fun of me with the comeback. Oh, this dude stutters. Oh my goodness. Okay. Ooh. All right. So my big thing was, baseball started me out with patience, man. It started me out with just kind of, realizing that, I am who I am, slow down, go with the speed of the game, and just chill. Because I'm telling you, man, like, I used to be that dude that'd be like, dog.
So when did it stop, though?
Yo, my mom used to always slow me down and say, slow down and think about what you're talking about. Just really think about what you're talking about.
My nephew going through that right now, man, and I think that I'm probably part of the problem in that he's scared of me. And I think that, man, like, and I went out disciplined with, because he's a good, sweet kid, man. But he is a little sensitive. And when I say loving kid, just a good, always want to hug you, man, just a good kid. So, but when he's messed up in some ways that, like, as it relates to how he treating his sister, that was just inappropriate, man. Just the way he called.
Yo, how old are they now? They're like 12?
Man, they turned 13 in September, man.
Ah, wow, that's
13 years, Anaya and Zaire, man. So I'm trying to be better, man, with my nephew, trying to, like, not be so, be more of a, like not a disciplinarian, because he's just not that type of kid. So I had to learn, man, just gotta, not call him, but just, he's scared of me. And that's why he stutters so much. So what age will you say you got it under control?
It was probably, I may have been like 6 or 7. But when I tell you, bro, when I say I used to stutter like you wouldn't believe, like you wouldn't even have associated that with Reggie, because you'd have been like, what? I'm telling you, I used to be like, and just be like, whoa, hold on, whoa, chill out.
What do you think caused it?
I was always anxious. I was always real anxious to just get my opinion across. I was always just, and you know what? I'm still the same way. Like, I always want my opinion to be heard first.
Don't we know it?
I mean, I'm not even.
Don't we know it? Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But it got to the point where I was so fast to try to get my opinion out. I was stuttering.
Okay. So what position did you play in baseball? What was your favorite position?
Man, it was always either first base or outfield. But it was one of them things where, man, I'm telling you, baseball was my calming point. Like literally, I used to be the kid that was out in the field, and I really thought like, all right, let me think about what's going to happen before it happens. Like I was one of the kids where I was one step ahead of everybody. That was my big thing about baseball, is that I, actually was thinking about stuff that was happening before. I wasn't out there just to play, man. Like, and hey, look, I'm speaking into existence, all right? Let me just let y'all know something, okay? My backyard, I got a vision right now.
Beautiful backyard, by the way. Beautiful, beautiful. And I'm saying beautiful, beautiful backyard, man.
Oh, appreciate it, man. But I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm gonna dig steps out leading down to where the woods are right now, and I'm gonna have a sports court put back there. I'm gonna have a sports court.
Explain.
So I'm gonna have a multi-use sport court put back there. It's gonna be tennis. It's gonna be basketball. It's gonna be baseball.
Oh wow, that's dope, yo.
And I'm telling you right now, man, like the joint's gonna be, I say 10 years, man, because within 10 years, like I want Gia to grow up with it, and I don't want her to be too old, you know what I mean? But she's gonna be able to walk back there, she's gonna be able to take batting practice, she's gonna be able to do, basketball, she's gonna be able to do tennis, man. I'm trying to raise some kids, man, you know what I'm saying? Some kids that just,
well-rounded.
Yeah, well-rounded kids. Because my whole thing is, there's no doubt in my mind that she's gonna go to Ivy League. That's fine, but it's like you gotta have something. You know what I mean?
Speaking of, man, because she that little girl is a genius. I knew right away when she looked me in my eyes and ran and kind of act like she's scared of me ever since. I said, yeah, this one here is special, boy.
Yo, why you gotta scare kids though?
What'd you say?
Why you gotta scare all the kids?
Bro, what you mean I scare all the kids, bro?
Man,
hey,
Uncle Bo gotta scare all the kids.
I'm a sociologist, baby. I know how to read them. They look them in their eyes, boy. She is a boy. I mean,
so hold on.
Like I said, I want to be able to say I know her. I'm going to say I knew her when she was a baby. Yup, I knew it from the day one. I knew she was going to be genius.
Hold on. If you're a sociologist, can you look a child in their face and be like, you ain't shit?
No, Reggie, I get that. Hey, and I'm going to tell y'all, I'm a lead that's in there too. This is the kind of sense of humor that this guy has. And yes, he's joking. I cannot stress that enough. He is joking. But he can
I am joking, but I'm just, I'm just wondering, man. Like, you just look somebody in the eye like, yo.
And tell him you ain't shit.
You ain't shit.
Nah, I don't think I'm built like that, man. That's not a good thing I would want to do, man.
Yo, but hold on. I want to switch subjects real quick.
Go ahead, man.
I just want to talk, man. I just want to talk about what's going on in life right now, man. Like this.
Oh yes, we were definitely about to get there. Go ahead, brother.
I'm telling you right now, man. Like I've had a discussion with Mo. I've had a discussion with a lot of my friends. Is that you have to save, man. Like I'm sitting back right now and I'm chilling. And I'm not worried about what's going on in the world right now. I'm not worried about what's going on in life right now. I'm not worried about what's going on with anything. I'm not worried about any of that because you have to set money aside for a sad day, a bad day, or whatever you want to call it. I'm just telling you, man, like it got to the point where so many of Americans are worried about their next paycheck. They're worried about their next paycheck. And guess what? I'm not. Because I set something aside before. When stuff was happening good, hey, i.e., Mo and I, we was out at the club, we was spending $20. $20. Yes, I'm telling you right now.
Whole night and bragging about it too.
$20.
And this is what? This is early 2000s.
Early 2000 though.
Like everybody was flashy, economy was booming, and we were on a budget.
We was balling on a budget, but
yes,
the whole point now, everybody starts to worry. They're like, oh my gosh, But I'm telling you, we've been balling on the budget since 2000.
2000, baby.
I'm just, hey, listen. In the words of Mo Baptiste, I'm trying to told you. I'm trying to told you. You should have been saving from the jump, man. I'm just.
Hold on, brother. We don't finance it yet. We still on sports now. So you started playing baseball. So at age what again? What age you start playing baseball?
6.
6. And then when did you introduce to football?
I got introduced to football going into high school, and I did not want to play. And they were like, "You're big. You should play." I'm like, "Nope."
So what was your size? What grade and what was your size?
You probably think I'm lying. I'm not much. I was basically my size now, like literally.
Oh no, I believe you.
Yeah, when I was in, I was going in the 8th grade. No, 9th grade. I was going in the 9th grade, and I was 5'11", 100 and maybe 90 some pounds.
As a freshman.
You're big. They're like, "You're big. You better play," and blah 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 blah. And I was like, "Nope, don't want to play. Don't care. Hate football. Don't like it."
Hey Chambers, I was at the same age, going to 9th grade. I was 5'2", 140 pounds.
Jeez. So you hit a growth spurt. Crazy.
Did I hit a growth spurt? I hit a crazy growth spurt. So when I hit my growth spurt, that's when I also discovered weights, different weights. Chambers. It was crazy, Chambers.
Wow.
You wouldn't believe the reactions I was getting, bro, because I found weights and just in time for me when I started growing, and I was hitting things hard, dog.
Dang.
Yes,
you
sir.
know, honestly, I didn't really get like thicker until man, I was like what, 21, 22 or something like that. I was working out with Joe Ward, and you know, that's when I started gaining, you know, like mass.
Shout out to Joe Ward.
Man,
shout out to Joe. I say shout out to Joe Ward, man.
Shout out to Joe Ward. Yo, he got me big. I ain't gonna lie, he got me big one year.
Hey, I'm gonna get him on here. He's gonna be on this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to him because I know he's doing big things. Coach high school football. I think he's an administrator now, so making a difference. So definitely.
I'm almost certain he's like a principal now. He's close to being a principal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's an administrator for sure. So
yeah,
I'm gonna talk to him. But so Joe Ward got you swole. That's when he started getting swole.
Man, that cat had me swole. This cat had me working out. You know, he was doing these workouts, and I was just like, Joe, I don't think I'm supposed to be this big. He was just like, Chambers, yes, you are. He had me believing in myself. I was like, okay.
You could tell, but the thing about it is, you could tell that you was one of them dudes that did not like to work out. You were just natural, like, you know, just get me out there. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I can run and just do what I do.
But that's the one thing that really is in the back of my mind. Is that we didn't really have a real workout program at Robert Morris. Imagine if we did.
Man,
imagine take Ohio State, take Alabama, take their workout program and put it with Robert Morris. And can you imagine how much of us would have shined?
Oh yeah.
I started to wonder, man. Honestly, I think we cheated ourselves, man.
You know what it is though, man. I learned right away that, you know, the reason why Robert Morris started winning early had to do more so with the coaching and being in the right place versus strength and all that good stuff. We were, coached by the best, and the things in the detail that we paid attention to. I learned that that's not what our competition was watching. Some of the things, like, for instance, my senior year, the last game of my career, bowl game against Georgetown. When I tell you, we had them figured out on both sides of the ball so good. So when their defense was on the field and our defense was on the sideline, we knew the game plan too. There was a number 7 that came in the game. The whole defense on the sideline yelling, "Number 7's in the game." And when I say, dog, they were out-coached. The 1997 bowl game, Robert Morris against Georgetown, they was out-coached. So that's why we always won. And that transition to y'all too. We ain't had them weights like that, but we won because y'all believed in the system, man.
But I feel as though we got cheated. And I say we got cheated because So how come we were taught, all about these bowl games? We were recruited. Robert Morris is in these bowl games and blah, 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 blah. We get to Robert Morris, and it's like stripped of bowl games. So there was no bowl games. You figure my freshman and sophomore year.
Yeah, because y'all record was suck.
Yo, hold on, chill out.
I'm just saying, bro. We gonna speak the truth, right? The number don't lie. Y'all didn't.
Hey, but
y'all did not do that for whatever reason. For whatever reason.
I want this to go on record, though. We're gonna speak the truth, but we would have blew your class out. But I don't even want to go there.
No. You know what? Because I'm gonna be honest. Listen, y'all replaced the original freshman class. There was a lot of seniors. So again,
honestly,
y'all was a bunch of freshmen.
Right. I want to put it on record to say we would have blew y'all out, but.
If you say so. Hey, your video. Okay, there you go. Yeah, go ahead.
But I mean, we blew y'all. We would have blown y'all out. I just want to let y'all know.
Okay.
The
I'm not going back
that
and
was
forth.
overlapping, y'all, which was a good thing for y'all, and a good thing for us was OC. OC told me what to do.
Uh-huh.
But I'm gonna put it to you this way: it don't matter. My freshman year, we didn't have a great record. We still would have blew y'all out.
Shout out to John O'Connell. I'm pretty sure.
Yo,
JC,
get him on what's up?
Too. Yeah, man. But yeah, no. Again, I'm gonna say it. It was a whole lot of turnover. You know what I'm saying? You was a freshman coming in, learning as much as you can. That's a whole lot of information. I got swarmed too. You know what I'm saying? My junior year coming in as a transfer, boy, they threw that defense at me. I suffered a bad concussion during camp. I'm like, I'm gonna learn this defense.
They said you got blown up. That's what happened.
I got blown up. Hey, brother, man, I'm gonna tell you. Guess what? I know you didn't hear that. I know you didn't hear that.
Yo, CC told me.
Yeah,
CC Coleon, what's up?
Yeah. CC is definitely scheduled to be probably tomorrow, actually. So shout out to Carl Cannell, boy. That's gonna be a good interview. But yeah, go back to football. So you played football your freshman year, 5'11", 190. What positions did you play? What all did you play?
I was a defensive end. Like, what was I even bothering being a defensive end? So
for high school, it makes perfect sense. 5'11", 190, absolutely.
I'm so backwards though, and what I'm telling you is I'm so backwards is my career went. I was defensive end my freshman year, my sophomore year, my junior year I was middle linebacker. And I'm sorry, defensive end. And then my senior year, I was middle linebacker. So, like, they just was like, well, this dude's not growing anymore. Like, they kept moving me back positions because I was like rover by my senior year because they were just like, yo, we thought this dude. So in other words, long or short, there was a dude that went to Wake Forest. His name is Devon Mellison. And they were like, he's the next Devon Mellison. And this dude was a huge, like, he was a freak type player. Mm-hmm. And they thought I was going to be the next him, but I wasn't growing. So because I wasn't growing, they were just like, yo, you got to move back positions. That's why, I don't know if a lot of people know, shout out to Robert Morris.
Yes, sir, Robert Morris University.
You know when I came to Robert Morris, I came as a defensive back. Did you know that?
I did not know that, and we gonna get into that because I'm so curious how you got recruited. But before we do that, because we at your freshman year, you playing defensive end, you're also playing baseball. But we're gonna pause right there because I would love to know what was your transition like from public school to private school. So you went from K-8 public and then 9th grade on private.
Yo, I went to all guys school.
But you got high school.
Man, like. You go to an all dudes school, you want to transition, man. Like, I was like,
yeah. How was it when you first got there? Like, what was the hardest thing to adjust to? Like, what was it like when you first got there?
I don't want to make it sound like I'm that guy, but it was just really weird being around all dudes all day long. Mm-hmm. And
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Real talk though, like. When I got to Robert Morris and there was girls in the class, I didn't even know what. Like, I didn't know what to do. Like, I didn't know what to do. I was just like,
that's hilarious.
Y'all sit next to me.
And you know, it's funny, man, because coming in again, that just shows, especially like football camp. I love how, you know, in that locker room, people from all walks of life, man, coming together, because you can't stereotype or generalize nobody. You just never know what somebody went through to end up where they are as far as in that locker room, just like you. So yeah, so you got the right voice. But again, back up. So you played defensive end your freshman year, sophomore year. What position you played? Defensive end, you said.
You talking about high school?
Yeah.
Yeah. Defensive end. And then, like I said, they realized I wasn't going to grow anymore. So they was like, all right, you need to move back something then.
Right. But you're right. We actually left off, too many concussions. We left off with you talking about transition from public school to private school. So going from public school, middle school, to private school, high school. What was that like as far as the culture shock?
No,
I mean,
it was.
Did you feel prepared? Did you feel academically prepared once you got to private school?
No, I didn't. I felt like, honestly, I was with a group of folks that was a little bit more elite than myself, but I was up for the challenge though. Like honestly, and this is no stretch of imagination. I literally felt like it was folks that were smarter than me, but I could join them.
Right.
Like literally, you know, I just had to, you know, step up to the plate and just figure it out because the dudes I went to school with was smart. Hands down, they were smart.
What subjects did you struggle with?
I felt like a lot of it was math. I felt like a lot of it was English. And in my opinion, those are the two most, you know, major subjects. Yeah. And here's another thing too, though. I was, you know, allowed that year to take either finance or accounting. And I'm gonna tell you the story. It relates to Robert Morris. I was allowed to take finance and accounting, and that's what I decided to major in college.
Right.
I decided, you know what, I want to pick one of the two. That's what I want to major in. Shout out to Archie Wanamaker, where a lot of people don't understand. That dude was an accountant major. You know how smart that dude was, an accountant?
Shout out to Archie Wanamaker, another Robert Morris University all-time great running back. I absolutely got to get him on this podcast because he went to your high school as well.
Yo, respect. You got to get him out here. I'm telling you right now. This dude, he's one of the reasons why I was at Robert Morris. It's because they said this dude is going to be the next Archie Wanamaker. And I'm thinking to myself, like, that's a lot of pressure.
Yes,
that's
sir.
a lot of pressure. So my biggest thing was, you know, this cat came out, showed out, you know, at running back, and this dude could have played defense for Robert Morris too. A lot of people don't understand that.
What position did he play in high school on defense?
He was a DB.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm gonna tell you right now, this cat probably cussed me out if you heard it. Yo, he had a 90-yard return in high school. A 90-yard touchdown return in high school that got called back because I clipped somebody. Yo,
I gotta remember that one. I gotta try to remember that one.
Annapolis High School. This dude probably will cuss me out. And you know Archie in a strong Baltimore voice, he probably be like, yo!
Yeah, what's that, yo?
Hey, yo, Chambers, yo, come on, man. Come on, Chambers. Like, why you do that?
Yeah, man. Archie.
Here's what you got to understand. This dude had a 90-yard touchdown return, but it wasn't 90 yards straight. It's not like he caught the ball and ran 90 yards. This dude danced the whole time. He danced the whole time. And the sad part about it is, like, it was when he was running towards the end zone is when I finally clipped somebody.
When you didn't need to, what you saying?
I didn't need to. They wouldn't have caught him and anything else.
You wanted them dudes.
Hey, listen, that day I was one of them dudes. So yeah,
that's never good, man. So you get to your senior year, what position you playing, what your stats look like, and who's recruiting?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you, I kind of messed up a little bit because I should have went to Pitt. Like, I had an offer from Pitt, and I didn't take them up on it.
Why not?
because I ain't want to go to Pittsburgh. Hold on.
That's funny.
Like,
and you ended up there anyway, right?
Man, I ended up there anyway.
Yes,
so
sir.
The final schools that it came down to was Pitt. It came down to University of Delaware, University of Richmond, Robert Morris, Eastern Kentucky, Drake. What is it? Towson, which y'all played, right?
Yes, sir. We played both in 97 and 90. Is that 96 and 97, I believe?
96, 97.
Okay.
And then it was Morgan State.
Okay. And you chose Robert Morris.
I'm telling you right now, this is the focus I need. I'm like, I need to chill and I need to focus. So this is perfectly what I need. Because I'm telling you, I did not want to go to a school where it was a party school.
Right.
Hence the reason why I didn't choose Towson, Morgan, any of those schools.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just said, man, look, I need to be focused. I need to, whatever.
And I'm going to tell you why that's so smart, man, because a lot of people don't know that about themselves. You know what I'm saying? That was a business decision, because you take a huge chance of trying to convince yourself that you can be disciplined enough to, you know what I'm saying, go to practice, not party too hard, stay on them grades. But we know, you know, for those of us who know ourselves, boy, you made a business decision and, you know, still had a phenomenal football career. And so you get recruited, you choose Robert Morris, you show up to camp. What was it like when you first reported to camp and got to Robert Morris?
Real talk, I felt like it was an all-star game for Cats. I felt like it was like, you know, everybody is their best player on their high school team.
Right. Yeah. That's college football, man. Yeah.
Yeah, college football, I felt like everybody was the best that was, you know, on their college team. And, let me just tell y'all my mom's reaction when I showed up to camp. Uh-huh. So I show up to camp late. I'm supposed to be up there, I don't know, whatever time. I get there real late. I'm late for the first practice and everything. And you know, my mom, the first person my mom sees is Scott Contract. Yo, I think
Horace said the same thing.
She sees Scott Contract. She said, "You about to get your ass whipped."
Man, I think you
gotta understand. She's Scott Contract. Scott Contract, bro. He's not a regular human being. This dude is huge.
Oh man, that's a massive human being. Man.
That's a massive human being. And my mom was like, "You about to get your ass kicked."
Shout out to Scott, man. Hope you're doing well, man.
Yo, shout out to Scott Contract. Hopefully, you know, everything is good. Hopefully he's doing well. But man, prayers with Scott Contract. Hopefully everything's good.
Yes,
but
sir.
I'm just telling you, my mom looked at you and was just like, "Yo, you about to get fucked up." And I was like, I said, "What?" I said,
and I can see your mom staying there too, yo, like straight up telling you, like, you about to get fucked up.
and hold on. Here's something about Scott Contract too. This is what you got to realize. When you used to go into, like, you know, the bathrooms and the urinals, you know how, like,
I already know what you about to say.
Yo, it's high enough where you can't see over it. This dude can see over it. I'm like, hold on.
Oh, you saw that big old bush of hair.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, they didn't make the urinals for your size.
Man, my favorite memory of Scott Contract is that blazer he used to have. And he used to put that seat all the way back because he was so tall. Stop by 6'8", 6'9", 3'3". Yeah, 330.
No. Nah, you wrong.
I thought it was the blazer. You sure? What do you have?
No, I'm gonna tell you what this cat had, and this something where we gotta fact check this.
Go ahead.
This cat had an AMC. They don't even make AMCs anymore.
You might be right. You might be right. Yeah, but he had that thing leaned way back. He had
green AMC, and the joint used to be way back. And I'm gonna tell you, he was up the top lot working on it, right? And that joint backfired. Ooh. Everybody, because they thought somebody was shooting a gun. fact check that. I'm telling you, man.
Oh, I believe you. Because I remember him sitting way in that back seat, and he kept playing Common, the light. He kept. There are times when he played that song over and over, and I'm like, golly, you're Common fan.
What about it is, guys used to call that cat Kubiak, because you remember, I forget what show it was, but it was a show where it was a big dude named Kubiak who looked just like Conchak.
Oh, for real, I gotta check that out. But yeah,
yo, all I gotta say is, I never forget. I went to the club one time, right, and Conchak was with me, and I was like, I said, "You got a problem? All right, talk to him." Yo, dude looked at him and was just like, "Nah, I had no problem. I had no problems, none at all."
Yeah, bro, that's funny.
Like, I'm not even trying to hear that smoke. I'm like, wow.
So yeah, you report to camp. You see Conchak. You report to camp. You put your helmet on. They give you your 47. You out on that field. What is that like?
Nah, hold on. I got a story.
Back up. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yo, they pumped me.
Mm-hmm.
They pumped me. I was 36. No, hold on.
Okay.
I was 35. Excuse me. I was 35 the whole camp.
Uh-huh.
And then they pumped me and was like, "Yo, it's this cat coming in. He number 35." I was like, "Yeah, hold on, what?" They were like, "Yo, you number 35 the whole camp, but we punking you. We taking you number 35." I was like, "What?"
I already know who you talk about.
Brad Miller.
I've heard about the legend.
Yo,
his high school story coming in, because Rad went on and on.
They had that cat. They said we don't even care what you're talking about. Your number 35 is gone. I was like,
God.
I was like, wow. I said, okay. I said, I don't care. It is what it is. Whatever.
Shout out to Brad Miller, hell of a linebacker.
Yo, they snatched my joint for you, Brad. Yo. And then I heard girls on campus talking about, yeah, you heard of this guy, Brad Miller? I was like, yo, man, he all right. So yeah, man, yo, they snatched 35 from me.
They gave you 47.
Like, all right, they gave me 47. They was just like, yo, we just gonna give you 47. I was like, yo, all right. So they gave me 47. I was like, okay.
So and then you started at middle linebacker or outside linebacker?
Say what?
You started at middle linebacker or outside? Did you start right off the bat as soon as you got in?
Yeah, I did, but I started at outside. But the thing was, and this is where, it was always the talk where Brad should have started at middle and they should have kept those C at outside.
Yeah, and I think O'Connor would have agreed too, because you at outside, him in outside, and Brad Miller in the middle made a lot of sense. That would have been, because I remember, I can't remember what game it was, man. I saw Brad Miller, it might have been the Duquesne game y'all freshman year. I think and Brad would think was at middle. Boy, he was laying some wood, boy.
Brad was good.
Right away. I was like, wow.
The whole thing with us, we was a good core, but they put OC at middle so he could call the plays. And it should have been, they should have let Brad at middle and just let OC at outside and let him call the plays.
It's funny, Rad even said that. It was one of those regrets. He said that he should have kept it like exactly what you just described. I think that would have solidified that linebacker core that year. But yeah, so.
Yo, because real talk, we was the best linebacker core, that RMU ever had. I just want to let you know that.
Stop it, Reggie. Come on. We're not, I told you, we're not going to go back and forth on this.
Mo, you a hater for real.
Stop it, dude. That's not hating. That's not hating now. Because we had some good linebackers. We've had some good linebackers. That's one thing we can say. We got to get some good linebackers.
Who are the best, though?
As a core, as a group,
yo, Mo, you a hater for real.
Listen, listen. I told you, I'm not going to debate that stuff. I'm going to let other people debate that. You know what I'm saying? I know I was an average football player. You know what I'm saying? I was a decent athlete, average football player. I played my role. You got rings. I got rings. Hey, you see your boy got his shirt on. Man. I told you I'm representing where I went to school. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I might even still owe him money, so I got to rep him.
Yo, here's the thing. We can sit there and we can debate this back and forth, but To be even able to debate is a good thing, man.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to tell you, man, like to be able to debate, like, because I'm gonna tell you, shout out to Jamon Rip.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Jamon Rip. Another one that I got to interview.
I'm telling you right now, I would suck if it wasn't for Jamon Rip. Yo, I didn't know where the heck I was going. I didn't know what I was doing. Jamon be like, go there. Go there, Blitz.
Maybe, probably the smartest linebacker I've ever come across, man. Riff, his ability to spit Rad's verbiage for the defense and know where everybody's supposed to be and start thinking like Rad, made adjustments like Rad. I mean, it was like watching him and Nate Liss.
I'm telling
watching
you,
Rad, yeah, it was beautiful, man.
Smart as I don't know what, man.
Oh,
he
yeah,
used to tell me what to do, and I was like, all right.
He's one of them guys you can say he just looked like that. He's smart. He just looked the way he looked.
Yo, I told you, my freshman year, he was like, Coach, I'm sorry.
You can still say it just like that too, man.
Yeah, he look. Like, I'm sorry. He was like, he got me going in the game trying to make you mad. Coach, I'm sorry.
Hey, say what you said. What he say when they were trying to use you or use him? What you say when they were trying to use him?
That's what he said. He said, man, they trying to make me go into the game to make you mad. He was like, Coach, I'm sorry. He was like, nah, man, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. He was like, I ain't doing that, man. They trying to make me go into the game to piss you off. I ain't pissing you off.
Oh, Jamal, man. But when he finally did get his shot, boy, y'all switched to that 3-4. Man, oh, man. I try to picture us running the 3-4 and doing all day. It wouldn't have worked. I think that, again, the genius of Rad, boy, to have, again, Brad Miller made a huge sacrifice playing that outside linebacker, which is nothing more than a glorified end. You know what I'm saying? And Reggie, you one of the few people that can say that you had a whole defensive scheme built around you. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly,
I don't say a lot, man. That says, that defense, that 2000 defense was built around you.
Well,
like you and Smoke.
That's because
you and Smoke do what y'all do.
That's because I couldn't learn the defense, but it's all good.
Hey, remember, you're not the only dumb linebacker. It started with me. I was probably the dumbest.
The dumbest smartest. So I was just like, all right, I'll take it.
Rad ain't never cussed you out though. You never got cussed out. Even when you was wrong and messed up, Rad ain't never cussed you out.
He but was laughing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, he was serious when he used to cuss me out.
Well, hold on. Hey, we gotta have a podcast. Realize this. This is back when cats used to be smoking in the room. I used to be in the room.
This is days when coaches could smoke in the locker room. We talking about that. We talking about 2000. We're not talking about like 50 years ago. We talking about 20 years ago.
I used to be in the locker room like coughing and stuff like that. Like these cats, tobacco and everything else. Like they had everything. I was like, man.
Yeah, man. So we get to your freshman year. Y'all don't do too good. Freshman class, take y'all lumps. Y'all get better. You know what I'm saying? Your sophomore year is 99, right? This is when y'all start off slow, but then hit that winning streak that started everything. Y'all start really winning. And can you remember when y'all made that transition and y'all start winning?
They won 9 straight.
Say it again.
We lost our first game and won 9 straight.
Yeah. Y'all went 9-1 that year?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was okay. Y'all went 9-1 that year. You sure about that?
Yeah.
9-1. Okay.
Well, here's the thing too, though. Our freshman year, how we won the NEC and we was 4-6, I think.
That's true. That's right. So y'all went 4-6 and still won the conference because y'all were undefeated in the conference that year.
Well, undefeated in the conference, but we didn't lose the game in the conference. But it was 4-6. We lost every game outside of the conference.
Yeah, and that, it's funny, but it makes sense, right? So all the schools in the league all suffered the same thing, graduating their original freshman class. A lot of them, you know what I'm saying, they had that turnover. So,
but you know what happened though?
Say it again.
I said, you know what happened? What happened was they overturned that rule where all them Prop 49 or
48, Prop 48, Prop 48,
whatever they were able to play.
Oh, that's when they changed the rules for props?
Yeah, it was sophomore year that they were able to play.
Okay.
So that's when we got back a bunch of players. We got back like Smoke, Craig Hurlin. I mean, we got back like a number of players.
That's right. Yeah, they got that extra year. You got you. That Hurlin, 2000 Hurlin, Riff. You know what I'm saying? That's
Riff,
very true.
a bunch of them.
Yeah.
It was a bunch of them we got back, and that was a blessing, man. Like we
and
got
I keep
all
bringing
of those
this
dudes
up,
back.
man. We're classified as we were classified as 1AA, but non-scholarship. You gotta understand what that means. So we were literally competing for free. You know what I'm saying? We were not on full scholarship. I mean, Robert Morris is full scholarship now, and Horst said something very specific on the podcast. As soon as Robert Morris started getting anything related to scholarships, the program started going down. The wins, let me say not the program, the wins started decreasing with scholarships. And that's something that should not have happened.
It should not have happened, but at the end of the day, man, like, they got to get a ringer in there, man. And I'm going to tell you, shout out to Dave Harper. Dave Harper, I ain't going to lie. He sold us on Robert Morris.
Yes, sir.
This dude,
I can't wait to interview him.
I'm telling you right now, Dave Harper had us like we was going to, it was like one of them shows where they had, what is it called? It was one of them shows where it felt like you were going to something where you were going to be somebody, no matter what. I'm not talking about you're going to go play. I'm not telling you you're going to go and be this, but you're going to go and be somebody. Like he was just like, you come here, you're starting, you're the man, you're this, you're that. I'm like, wow. That's one of the reasons why I came to Robert Morris, man.
Hey,
and then
you know what?
It was like you have professional coaching.
Yeah, bro. We had professional coaching, and that's one of the blessings that we had as far as Robert Morris University, during those times. The program started in '94, but started by NFL coaches who, as their retirement job, this was their hobby, if you will. And for us, it was like, these are NFL coaches, so we didn't question what they ran. We didn't question the defense. We just did it. And I think the buy-in piece right away, the program started with a bunch of 18-year-olds and a few junior college transfer buying in to this idea that we about to get some NFL coaching. So, we always say we getting a football education. And when I was a recruiter, I would tell them we getting a football education here. So, we definitely got that, coach from the best. So, y'all start off again. So I'm just thinking about some of the statistics you have, like your top 5 in total tackles over career. You got some pretty good statistics, some all-time statistics that's been around for a while and probably gonna be around for a little bit. What's your favorite stat that you know of?
My favorite stat, honestly, is 20 tackles in a game.
20 tackles in a game. You remember the game? It
was the last game of my career.
Oh wow! So that's against who was that against?
Sacred Heart.
That?
No,
Sacred Heart.
I'm sorry, not Sacred Heart. No, hold on.
No, that's 2000. That's 2000.
Whatever school was in northern New York.
Albany.
Albany. There you go. So
okay. So
here's what you got to realize: what I was facing basically.
Mm-hmm.
So career tackles, I needed, however many to break the record.
Mm-hmm.
This is before like James Noel. Shout out James Noel.
Shout out to my man.
So like, my whole thing is I'm like, I want to break the record. I think I needed 9 tackles to break the record. So I go into the game like, all right, I don't want to break the record. I want to shatter the record. So I go in and I'm like, yo, I'm telling you right now. And this the funny part about it. You'll laugh if you're Smoke. You'll laugh if you're, anybody. You know how you try to be last off the pile and be like, get your name called?
Yeah, I know. You did a whole lot of that, huh?
I'm trying to do all of this. I'm trying to end up with 100 tackles this game.
Yeah, I want to see how many players actually admit that they did that, yo. Because there was a lot of dudes doing that.
There's a lot of dudes doing it.
You want to know when I did it? When I recovered a fumble. Boy, when I recover a fumble, boy, I wrap my body around that thing. I just hold it. The referee got to tap me like, yo, it's over. Okay, cool.
You know who did that to me? You know who did that to me? And made me mad?
Who that?
Bone.
What'd he do? He take a fumble from you?
This dude, Jonathan Watts. This dude would not let go of the fumble. I sat there. I was holding on to it. He was holding on to it. This dude would not get up. I was like, I was like, go ahead and get up. Go ahead and get up. He was like, nah. I was like, go ahead and get up.
Yeah, like, nah. Trying to get some stats.
This cat was like, I want credit for it. I'm like, nah. So this cat was the last person to get up. And of course, on the PA at Moon Stadium, they say Jonathan Watts. I'm like, are you serious?
Hey, come on, that man trying to get some stats, man.
I'm like, yo, I had it.
He had to get some stats, man. Come on now.
I'm I had it.
So your most memorable game as far as your stats are 20 tackles in the game. But let's go to an academic twist. So academically at St. Joe's, you say you did pretty well. If you don't mind asking, what did you score on the ACT?
I didn't do the ACT. I did the what's the other one?
SAT.
And I got I had a 1090, which I don't think that equates to what they do now.
Yeah.
I was eligible.
What was your GPA? What was your graduating GPA?
3.0. I was a 3.0 GPA.
Man, you was a good student.
And guess what?
What that?
Believe it or not, I had my little T-shirt upstairs. I was the scholar athlete for Robert Morris.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you gotta own that one, bro. You gotta brag about that one.
I was the scholar athlete. I have it.
What was your GPA? What was your graduating GPA in college?
In college, it was a 3.2 or something like that. 3.3.
Yeah. You were a better student. I was a 2.6, man. I was so content with being average. Shoot, I was coasting. I ain't know nothing about having a good grades. I'm like, for what?
But I'm gonna tell you what, if anybody watching this, if they're in school and anything else, go talk to your professor, man. I'm telling you, go talk to your professor.
Yeah, let's just dive into that. Please explain why, Reggie, because I as a college professor, I try to tell students.
If there's one teaching point that I can say is, please go talk to your professor. This is something you got to understand. You go talk to them and just say, hey, I don't understand this, or I'm not getting this, or I don't grasp this concept. And I'm just telling you, it will help you out. One thing people don't realize is the teachers, they really want you to succeed. They really do. They're not working against you. They want you to succeed. They may come off, on the grand scheme of things, it's kind of rough around the edges or whatever, but they really want you to succeed. The more you go and you talk to them, they're just like, okay, well, you know what? They're actually grasping the concept. They're coming to see me. Like, literally, go see your teachers. Please do. I did it. I'm telling you, like, you got to figure. Mo is a teacher. His wife is a teacher, Shawani. They want you to come see them. You know what? You actually make them feel like they're doing something. And trust me, I'm not being ignorant towards you or your wife, but I'm just saying, like, they really want you to come see them.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, we preach that. Yes, know your professors. It's in the syllabus. We teach that. I as often as I can, man. And I'm trying to show students this hustle. So you 2000 win national championship. Next year is 9/11. Me and Horst was talking about 9/11 as far as how hard it was to exchange film with Monmouth, because we were supposed to play Monmouth that weekend. Mm-hmm. So the game got canceled. But I had to drive to Philly to meet the Jersey, the Monmouth coach halfway, and he gave me a tape of a game that we already had. they got me good, boy. And I explained that to Walton that, bruh, ain't no planes flying right now because of the terrorist attacks. Like they couldn't explain. They ain't gonna understand. You know what I'm saying? So, so 2000 again. I mean 2001. You all start off shaky, break the winning streak ends, lose to Buffalo State, and then I think lose to I think Sacred Heart. Was it Sacred Heart? I can't remember who the
Yeah,
second
it
team
was
was.
Sacred Heart.
And then the third team y'all
Yo,
lost to, I can't remember. What was up?
yo, you want to hear the thing that messed me up?
What was that?
My senior year, you know, I had just met Gina. I'm like, all right. I'm sitting in the end zone talking to her on my cell phone. See, this is back when, you know, cell phones was, you know, I had my cell phone. It was big stuff. I'm sitting in the end zone talking to Gina, and I'm like, yeah, you know, we about to go beat the brakes off of the, you know, Buffalo State. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm Reggie, you know, I'm the tackle, you know, the tackle guy, this and that and the other. And here we went and we lost to them, man. You want to talk about like upset, man?
You remember y'all was up 20-0.
Oh, I remember big
20-0, and I remember when Sammy D was pointing at I forgot halftime. He was talking to somebody about the scoreboard.
You remember
Jermaine?
You remember Jermaine's boy was on the team, was on the other team.
On the Buffalo State.
Yeah, Buffalo State, John Leisure. So I'm just like, yo, I remember that dude because we were talking trash the whole game. And man, sure enough. Oh, but hey, just realize this though, okay? I had the tackle record.
Yeah.
The shortened season.
Very true. Yes, very true.
These cats played 12 games now.
Yeah.
They play 12 games now and can't, you know, do 100 tackles. I'm like, yo.
You like, come on, man. You supposed to have 100 tackles. If you good, you supposed to have 100 tackles, right?
Listen, I'm about to put this out there. You better have 100. You better have 100 tackles. Because I don't mean no harm.
You know, it's only a few people that can say that. You, Noel, who else, man? It's only a few people from that history like, yo, hit that century mark.
I'm sitting there like, these cats need to hit that century mark. But these cats be bluffing. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah,
like, these cats be faking.
So senior year, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, on top of all that, we had a good quarterback though. So
oh yeah,
I'm only saying that because these cats, they used to be out there, you know, if your offense isn't good, your defense is out there more. And I'm like, you out there so much and you can't get 100 tackles? I'm like, man, I need to talk to some of these cats, man. I need to talk to some of these cats. That's why I'm glad I wasn't there like Dante Payne. Shout out to Dante Payne.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Payne.
Yo, shout out to Payne. Payne had that mayonnaise on the side of his mouth, but you know what I'm saying? It's almost like, you know.
Oh boy,
what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to set it up so they make cameo appearances. You know what I'm saying?
Chambers, you got issues, boy. Yeah, so we you graduate, man, and you get a chance to go overseas to play ball. So for those who don't know, there are some European football leagues that play American football. It's not the NFL, obviously. This was not NFL Europe. These are some other leagues, but the opportunity to travel abroad to continue your career, that had to be exciting, man. So tell me about that, the experience, what country, and what was the experience like?
Man, I was able to go to Finland. I was able to play for the Finnish national team, which was nice. And let me just tell you, I was able to go over and I was able to be the defensive coordinator for them.
So you're the defensive coordinator, starting what? Linebacker?
Fullback. I was everything.
And a starting fullback.
But this is what you got to realize, though. They felt as though I was like just a wealth of knowledge as far as like defensive coordinating.
Right.
They literally gave me the defensive coordinator hat, and everything I learned from Rad, everything I learned from Jamon Riff, everything I learned from OC, everything literally that I learned, I took over there. I put their defensive scheme. Literally, if you watch the game film, you'll be like, that looks familiar. Yeah, because I was running the same thing that Robert Morris ran.
I'm so curious to see how you taught that defense, boy. I would love to see some
You would have been
film. Yeah, so we are back online, and Lord, they go Gia, and golly, she big, dude.
Look at her.
Wow.
Say hi, come on.
Hi, Gia.
Say hi.
Hi, Gia.
Say hi, Gina. Gina. Oh, excuse me.
Hi, Gina.
How are you?
I'm good, excellent. How are you?
I'm well.
Good.
Hey, she got those same flip flops on when we met.
You stupid, though. Comfortability, brother. It's all about that comfortability, homie. Comfortability.
Look. Gina think it's funny too. Gia, man, I be messing that name up. Stop showing all mommy's goodies. Stop.
I'm not hitting you.
Wow.
Hey, talk about a Rooney. She's a sweet and little girl. Oh. Oh my goodness, Daddy's funny.
Look at that laugh, boy. Ooh, look at that laugh.
Oh, woo. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. So let's go ahead and continue, man.
Let's go.
So again, you graduate with a degree in finance. So what made you choose finance, and what were some things that you feel prepared you for what you're doing today as far as school and finance?
One of the things that
if it's nothing, it's okay too, you know.
Nah, it's nothing. I took accounting in high school and I took finance in high school, and I'm telling you, I enjoyed finances so much more than I did accounting.
And maybe you can help me out with this, because I've heard someone say that financing is not as much as about numbers, but understanding concepts as relates to how certain formulas of making money. It's a process. So if you don't understand the process, a specific process, then it's more about that than actual numbers and punching numbers. Is that a safe way to describe finance?
It's a safe way to describe it, but the issue is accounting is putting the numbers in certain places, and I just didn't grasp the concept. So because I didn't grasp the concept, I was just like, it's not for me.
But you understood finance, though. So
I did.
How would you describe to someone that doesn't understand what the financing, the degree of financing? How would you describe it to a young person?
The thing that bothered me about accounting is something always have to be stood for. Like that, you have to have if this number's here, there's a reason why it has to be there.
Right.
And that's one thing that kind of bothered me. I'm like, why do you have to answer for every single thing? So, because if this number's in this place, there has to be a reason why. And I'm just like, nah, it's not for me. It's not for me, because my whole thing is, you tell me I'm in, room A. Why do I have to be in room A? So that's literally the reason why I was just like, accounting is not for me, because you have to be in a certain place at a certain time, at a certain hour, a certain I'm just like, nah.
So for finance though, what was it about finance? Like, how would you describe somebody to say, I want to major in finance? How would you describe the degree to them?
You could fudge the numbers. Real talk. I mean,
would you explain? Because that doesn't sound, the way it sounds. Maybe hopefully it doesn't sound like it is not. It's not what it sounds like. But go ahead, explain that.
So if I say in room A it's 5.75, and then in room B is 5.645,
Mhm.
then you can kind of say, well, it doesn't need to be 5.645, but it can be 5.345.
Okay, and where is that coming from, or where is that going?
Fudging of the numbers.
You just fudge the numbers. That's what finance is.
I mean, I'm honest. I'm just. That's kind of how it is. It's like, you know, you finesse the numbers to be where they are.
Are they actual? Is there actual tangible represent? There's something a tangible attached to these numbers that you can fudge and move around?
No,
There's nothing tangible. It's just made up.
they're just made up. I mean, they're just made up.
So give me an example. Let's say housing industry. No, let's start off with cars, because I absolutely want to talk about, you know, when you started off as a car salesman after you graduated, and all the lessons you learned from being a salesman. Because I believe that is one of the best jobs you can have after you graduate from undergrad is sales, because you really understand people, you understand products, you understand how to explain products. There's this idea of, you know, the ability to communicate effectively in order to sell a product. So sales.
Yeah.
So tell me about your car deal. Give me an example, like you said, of further numbers, but also about your car selling days.
Honestly, it's not fudging numbers. It's just a, you know, representation of numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, this is what you got to realize, okay? Fine and good. If I want to sell 30 cars this month, then guess what? I can, you know, kind of switch it up and sell 30 cars this month. But then does that mean that I'm, you know, kind of fudging from the next month?
If you can't make your numbers.
If you can't make your numbers, that's what, man, I'm just telling you, you need to realize 30 from this month, let's say I did 28 the following month. Fine and good, but, you know, but if I do 32 this month and then, you know, the next month only do 28, it makes a big difference, you know.
It sounds like it ends up, if you stay on your grind, it ends up even out eventually. It evens out.
Correct.
So
Man,
some months you may sell
future.
better than others, and you can always make up for it when you didn't make your numbers.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I can make the next month seem real great.
Right.
You know, come on now.
Oh yeah. Because there could be factors that you have no control over that just so happen to benefit you, where you're doing better one month versus another. And to me, it's all about those owners and managers that understand that it's ebbs and flows, it goes up and down. But it's those assholes who don't understand, and they on your ass, and, you know, get the numbers. Like they, you know, you're gonna have to go through stuff, hard times, and know that that's just a reality, because there's things beyond your control. So I just remember you at you know, at sales and explaining the process. And, you know, Honda, you know, quality product, and Lord knows I had one and you had a couple, but you was cranking them things out, boy.
Yo, but honestly, real talk, one of the biggest things is you had that Honda. I was like, Mo. I said, Mo set for life, baby.
Yes, sir. I rode that thing for 13 years, baby.
I was about to say,
98.
I said, I don't know. I said, Mo, that may not ever get rid of this joint.
No, sir. Hey, brother, come on. We was on that. We was the budgeting crew. You know how we did. We was smart.
$20 was the whole
$20 for the whole night, baby.
The whole night, baby.
Yeah, man. So you was selling them cars, man, and you rose up to manager, and where you know, you told me some crazy stories about some of the employees, man. Just, you know, what was the funny stories about the car selling business? I know some funny stories, boy.
Man,
with customers, I can imagine.
You don't understand how customers used to be. When I say on that last dime, they used to be on that last dime, and that's what used to bother me. So, all right, shout out. I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of folks. All right. Let me gather myself.
Give us a scenario.
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, hold on.
You gotta
Let me see if
back
I
up
got
from the
a
mirror.
funny
You gotta back
Let me
up
see
too,
how
dog.
last it go. Yeah, I gotta zoom in. How much zoom in?
Chambers, man, you gotta back up, dude.
I'm messing with you.
Back up from the camera. You're too close.
Oh, what you trying to say? I'm bugging?
You know what I'm saying?
But
You
anyway.
gotta back up.
Nah, so seriously, like, you gotta understand, man. Somebody used to come to my dealership to spend their last dime.
Mm-hmm.
When I say they come in to spend their last dime, literally coming to spend their last dime, which it's actually disheartening to me. Because my whole point,
Living outside their means.
living outside their means, man. Like, they come, they tell me, they say, hey, I want the fully loaded Honda Accord and this and that and the other. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you can't afford a fully loaded Hyundai. And no disrespect to those that drive Hyundais, which is fine.
Right.
I'm trying to, hey, in the words of you, I'm trying to told you. But my whole point is, I don't care what you drive, but it's actually disheartening when you come in and you kind of aim for like whatever. You aim for the sky. And I'm just like, are you serious? Like, what are you doing?
So Chambers, here's a scenario. There's a 23-year-old comes in, wants to buy a car. Wants a brand new car.
Mm-hmm.
Their credit score is a 573.
Then you should turn your tail around and go right outside.
Hold on.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So they done told you that credit score. I mean, you done ran the credit score. They want a brand new car, but they're asking for your honest opinion. When you tell them that's not going to happen, what is your response right after that as far as when they ask you for a specific suggestion?
What you don't understand is my honest response is you need to turn around and work on your credit score than you do a car.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, honestly, man, like, you don't understand. As people, as black folks, dog, we cannot sit there and worry about a car. If you're at fives, I'm telling you right now, you shouldn't be buying a car. I'm just telling you right now.
And so
There's been so many people that, in my opinion, have came into my dealership and have bought a vehicle, which I'm just like, what are you doing? Get out of here. You need to work on your credit first to buy a house. First of all, buy a house. And then after you buy a house, then you maybe will think about buying a car. It bothers me, man, how many, like, you know, so many people are backwards. They're so
You're
bad.
talking about, especially those who are buying brand new cars.
Yes.
Yeah, man. That's the one.
Bruh. I used to work at a Honda dealership, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If you came in, you had a 5, I'm gonna show you right where the Hyundais are. Which, I'm not sitting there discrediting anybody. If you have a Hyundai, I don't care. It's fine. But I'm gonna tell you right now, you come into my dealership with a 5 something, I'm gonna show you the Hyundai. I'm not showing you a Honda.
Right.
It's not.
They can't afford it. Cannot afford it.
You can't. You shouldn't. It bothers me. It bothers me to no other, man. It bothers me to no other, man. Like literally, it just, dog, you don't understand. Like, I hurt inside that people that come inside and be like, I want a Honda. I want a fully loaded. No, the hell you don't. Well, you know what? I'm gonna show you what you're gonna afford.
That's
Take
again.
over them Hyundais.
Right. and you know, you tell me stories that a lot of them, of course, they would get mad at you and take it personal when you would tell them, you know what I'm saying, and act like you're the one. Yeah, well, how was that? Like they'll cuss you out.
Dog, they could cuss me out, but guess what? I said, I'm doing what's best for you. It used to tick me off, man. It used to tick me off. It really did. It ticked me off. And I'm just like, man, I said, you'll thank me later, okay? Just, you know what? Just shut up. You'll thank me later, okay? That's the sad part about it is.
Right.
You'll thank me later. Just be quiet, okay?
Yeah, man. Hey, fast forward. So, we had an opportunity to travel together. Me, you, Gina, some other folks, man. Dominican Republic. What year was that, man? When we all traveled?
2005.
2005. So 2005.
Yeah, we was in the DR. 2005.
Yeah, wow. So I was 29 years old. This is the year before. Yeah, man. So 29 years old. I remember you're like, yo, Mo, you got $500? Be in DR for a week.
Yo,
I
500
said,
was a lot
what?
back then. Though. 500 was a lot back then, right?
Hey, what? I said, what? 500? I said, because your boy, because we were balling on a budget, kept
20
some habits,
$20 a weekend.
you know, $20 a weekend, and proud of it. Don't forget that. But yeah, man. So we end up in the DR, man, and I just remember, that we had a nice little spot, and that night when you were proposing, on my birthday, May 10th, 2005, we had who that? Me, you, and Kara.
Kara.
Yeah, man. Went up.
I hit it with the.
For those who know, that's that guitar riff from what was that? Let's Get Married.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the remix, right? That's not the original. Is that the original?
Remix. That's the
No, that's the original. That's the
guitar
original. Yeah, the guitar riff. That's where you're trying to get like Boys and Men to get on that bending knee.
I'm telling you.
Be like Jerome Romy Rome trying to do that double ring.
I was like, hey, I said, hey, hit girl. Hey, hit girl.
Well, I'm so glad we're not being serious on this podcast, man.
Yes. Hi.
You just came over with a.
Say hi.
We said hi.
Say hi.
Gia. Hi, Gia.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you.
I forgot to.
Oh, okay. But yeah, man. So that was crazy. I was like, yo, I want my man to be part of, this moment. I could not believe it.
Yeah, that was cool for that to happen on my birthday. But yeah, we had found that spot, man. We had to climb that stairs overlooking that cliff, the water. It was the perfect place to propose, boy. But
I cannot believe what happened.
Yeah, so tell that story about, again, that day we scout, we find, we looking all over the island or that part of the island, the north part, and we finally find this spot not far from the resort.
So
and
no
then,
lie.
That night.
Everybody think, it's like, smoke and mirrors, and everybody think I'm joking. I literally take Gina out down the beach, around the beach, going on and on. And the next thing you know, there's this little sand crabs. The sand crabs start biting at the feet. They biting at the feet. And I'm like, oh, nah. I said, come on. I'm like, let's go. She's like, why? What are you talking about? Let's go. And I'm like, nah, come on, let's keep on. Sand crabs biting the feet. Keep going. Keep going.
So you get past the crabs, yeah.
We get past the crabs and then we keep going. But then a lot of people don't realize high tide keeps coming in. And everybody's like, hold on. Who's high tide? But look, high tide coming in. The water starts, rushing against the back part of the sand and all stuff like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, we might have to turn around and go back. So she's like, nah. And I'm like, yo, let's turn around and go back. No, she's like, no, let's go. So anyway, long and short, we go. And then
you gotta back up. You gotta back up. All I see is your chin.
Oh,
there you go. Yeah. All I saw was gray hairs.
I start getting passionate.
Yeah, back up.
I start getting real passionate.
All I see is your mouth, dog.
But anyway, so
you gotta back up, Chambers. All I see is your mouth. There you go.
Man.
Wait till I send this to you. Go ahead.
So, long and short, man.
Yeah.
I say, hey, look. We ain't getting no younger. We might as well do it.
Hold on, you forgot a part of the story. After you get past the crabs and the tide, you went to take her up to the top of the cliff. But when you took a couple steps on that stairs, you had some friends waiting on you.
I did. It was the dogs. They was like, "Hoof," and I was like, what?
And I'm almost certain that those dogs had rabies.
And I was like, yo, these dogs ain't, they ain't got nothing on me. Kept going, yo, hey. And I was like, yo, hold on. So I climbed another set to go, hey. And I'm like, these dogs literally flex their chest. No lie.
Yeah.
Flex their chest. And I'm like, yo, are you kidding me? And they go, hey. And I'm like, yo, real talk. I will have to fight like 3 of y'all. But the crazy part about it was when you and I went up there and Kara went up there, they weren't flexing their chest like that.
No, because the sun was still out. You know what I'm saying? They knew that nighttime belonged to them. You know what I'm saying? That was them werewolf dogs.
Well, it was crazy.
You know what
They
I'm
was
saying?
like,
They were crazy. Yeah, man. But you end up proposing.
Yo,
You
I
know what I'm
said,
saying?
we ain't getting no younger, we might as well do it. And I was from Baltimore, so I said, we might as well do it.
Yeah. So you kicked
I said, we might as well do it. I said, we might as well do it. From
Well,
Baltimore, we might as well do it.
Hey, Chambers, people gonna be rolling when they see this shit.
Yo, we from B-Mall, we might as well do it. We might as well do it.
I can't wait to Freddie P see this. Shout out to Freddie P, boy.
Yo, shout out to Freddie P, Peasy. This cat, Peasy. Yo, hold on. Hey, honestly, is this cat the best receiver? Is he top 5?
For sure. Yeah, he's definitely top 5. Definitely top 5. What? Definitely. Yeah.
Don't make me start. Man, top 5.
Hey, he top 5. Hey, you know he gonna probably end up on this podcast, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's the point. That's the point of bringing people up and saying.
Oh
stuff.
yeah, that's the goal. I want you to do that because I hope
top 5.
I'm gonna be recording. I'm gonna be doing some at homecoming and whatever games I show up. I'm gonna set up.
That cat is not top 5.
Hey, if you say it, then I'm putting that on you because I'm putting them top 5.
But you know what's funny though?
What's that?
Is Horse top 5? I'm calling out everybody.
Hey, we gonna give Horse a chance. I'm gonna give you a chance to debate Horse. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do it live too. We gonna do it live at the 2000 this year when they celebrate the national championship team. We gonna do it live. We gonna have defense all together. Can you imagine the 11 of y'all and me interviewing y'all that starting 11?
You're going to be mad.
Oh, my God.
You're going to be mad because they're going to start making fun of you and you're going to get mad.
Get mad. Get out of here, dude. I'm 44 years old. What are you talking about? I wasn't mad back then. What are you talking about?
You was mad. You was mad. Come on.
Come on, man. Hey,
bro,
back up.
Hey,
I got to ask you this. Hold on. Serious talk. Give me your favorite Raz story.
Yo, it's got to be the wrong house story. I mean,
Yeah.
It's just that, this cat, when he tell that story, it's hilarious.
Yeah. So Rad, the story is during football camp. Who was that? With the Steelers?
Yeah.
What team was he with?
It was old though. It was like back in 70 something.
Yeah, in the 70s. So yeah, this is during the 4 Super Bowls. So during football camp, Rad, got a little tipsy. And he ended up in the wrong house, went in there, fell asleep. The next day, if I'm not mistaken, the owners were like, yo, who are you? And he like, yo, I'm in my house, who are you? It sounds like a comedy skit, but it's like only Rad, be in a situation like that, hilarious. So he would tell us crazy stories like that, and we got to hear stories about Mean Joe Green and Jack Ham and L.C. Greenwood and we got to hear all the stories about.
I think you combining the names L.C. Greenwood.
What was his name?
I don't think his name was L.C. Greenwood.
Boy, I'm not a football historian, but this is all recorded. I could be wrong, and I'm man enough to admit that. But I believe that his name is L.C. Greenwood. But
it's L.C. Green. That's his name.
L.C. Green.
L.C. Greenwood.
Okay.
You were thinking about AC Green
Oh,
basketball.
No, because I'm gonna let Reggie. Like I said, this is recorded. So
Yes.
she said I'm mixing up with AC Green.
yes, that's exactly what you do.
That cat got no buns. That cat got no buns. Huh? Yeah, come on, man. Are you sure?
LC Greenwood, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, yeah. So
AC Green got no buns.
So how about something that Rad personally did to you? What's your favorite Rad story? As far
I
as something
told
that,
you, my favorite Rad story is when he told me I was either the dumbest, smartest player I knew or the smartest, dumbest player I knew.
so you've gotten that one too? Yeah, I've got.
Yeah,
that
I
one.
mean, like,
And then he concluded I was just dumb. There wasn't no smart in it. It was just straight dumb.
I was like, yo, real talk? I was like, I told Rad, I was like, yo, I'll smack you though.
You told me you were smacking?
Yeah. And guess what he said to me?
What was that?
He just laughed.
Of course.
He basically laughed like, I wish you would.
Hey, fast forward though. My wedding. So man, Ithaca, New York, man, I just remember we had a ball, man. I love, like, me and Shawani was so intentional about everybody having a good time at the wedding, man, because y'all wedding, you set the standard. You and Gina with the destination joint, boy, y'all set the standard. And well, again, of course, that's before I met Shawani, but being in Jamaica, you know what I'm saying, that was just a beautiful day, man. I remember me on that dance floor when I almost shattered my knee trying to dance out there, doing that baseball slide on my stomach, boy.
That was hilarious. Go ahead.
That was absolutely hilarious, man. But yeah, that was a good time, like I said. And then you set the standard for me in my head, and like, okay, mine. We treated the Ithaca wedding like a destination wedding, man. We want everybody to have fun and take advantage of everything, man. But it was a pleasure to have you standing behind me, man, and my crew. That's why that picture for the podcast, it's a draft. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do yet, man. But that
picture's fire.
Yeah, that picture is fire, man, and it would, eventually be circulated to the podcast and have you. But yeah, man, that was a lot of fun, man. Any memories from Ithaca that stand out to you?
Dog. I just remember I had to go to the auction that Friday.
You had to go to who?
Go to the auction. The car. I was still working at the car dealership.
That's right.
So I had to go to the auction that Friday, and then I had to leave the auction and then go all the way to all the way to Ithaca or whatever. And then on top of all that, Gina, I don't know if you remember, she flew in after I did.
Vaguely remember that.
Yeah, she flew in because she flew into Ithaca, like, y'all airport, which, the little joint or whatever.
What did you do? You drove in?
I drove. I
Okay.
drove and she ended up driving home with me.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. It was just cool to see Gina really let loose, man, chill. Everybody was just, again, man, the spirit in which we try to create, man, that day was exactly what is embodied, man. Hearing people going to the wineries and, the waterfalls, man, and
We had a great time.
great time, yeah.
Bella, Fred, and we went to the
winery, right?
To the winery.
Yeah, man.
Telling you, man, that was one of the best times. Like, the winery was real nice.
Yeah, man. But last but not least, man. So you are in a finance, but real estate is really, you got a finance degree and you had a finance background, but real estate is your thing, man. And again, watching you with those transferable skills from selling cars to real estate, man, and you really opened my eyes to the possibility of, owning property and, investing in that regard, man. And so if what would you tell a kid fresh, I'm not gonna say a kid, a young person who just graduated from college, they 21 years old, just graduated in this economy, COVID-19 right now, it's 2020. Don't really know what the market's gonna be like in the future, but there's some basic things that a young person can do right now to start preparing for their future. So when it's time to buy a home, that they're put themselves in the right situation. So what advice would you give a newly graduate from college? What can they do right now to prepare themselves to buy a home one day?
I am not joking. I was told that, oh, you shooting your basically I was told that I was being too adventurous and too like out there and too la 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 la. And I had a goal where I wanted to be retired when I was 40. So you sit there, you look at me like, retired 40? What you talking about? Well, I'm 40 now, and guess what? I'm here. And I'm only
retired.
Yo, I'm chilling. I'm chilling big time.
Hey, I know.
I'm chilling big time. I'm chilling
Hey.
hard right now. And
Brother, man, you're one of my heroes, and you said it, you did it, and again, to me as a I think about the fact that you're younger than me, and why I always respected and admire you and Gina, man, because y'all was so focused and had plans, and y'all stuck to those plans. Everything from your investments to education to starting off small and slowly building your research and delving in that in your career, making it your career, man. I always said, like, sit back and watch y'all in awe, man, because I'm like, man, look at these young people. They're younger than me, but they doing it.
Can I tell you one thing? Look, I'm going to tell y'all this on the podcast, okay? I'm going to tell y'all this right now. When I was coming out of Robert Morris, okay, I came out of Robert Morris, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, well, okay, you paid for this $40,000 degree. What are you going to do with it now? Fast forward, okay, I went to go work for, I'm not going to say the name of the industry, but I'm just going to tell you it's Enterprise Rent-A-Car, okay? I went to go work for them, and do you realize we're one of the higher up Caucasian white guy with this, the tie on and everything. You know what he told me? And I said, well, I really do want to work hard for an industry for 20 years, and then I want to retire. And he goes, oh, he said, you're cocky. You're going to try to tell me in 20 years you want to retire? You're cocky. That's what he told me. He told me I was cocky. I was 21 at the time, and I said I had a goal in my mind to retire in 20 years. And my mom, because, she was in real estate, I said, I just want to go. I want to work for an industry, and I want to get some houses. I want to rent them out. I want to get a management company to do it. And then I want to be done. And he told me I was cocky. He said, you are cocky, young. He might as well call me every name in the book in my eyes.
Right.
But here nor there.
Look at you now.
Look at me now.
Reach your goal.
Look at me now. Paper.
They're getting paper. Yes, sir.
Hey, nigga, it was my name or my anyway.
But again, this is him all the time, y'all. All the time. But again, something else I always admire about Reggie. Silly, have fun. He does all that. But when it came to his business, when it came to his money, was always on top of it, man. Just the discipline to do his research. And again, this is in his area. It would just, I'm gonna pretty sure that his phone went dead again because he didn't charge it. And he doesn't have a portable charger. But anyways, we'll continue about my man. So Reggie is one of the ones that, again, he know how to cut it on and off. And people that know him, that played with him, he is a special character. Cannot stress that enough. Again, the fact that he's one of my best friends is absolutely amazing because, again, he's younger than me, 4 years younger than me. The fact that we end up, crossing paths the way we did, and it was after he graduated undergrad and moved back home to D.C. and being in the DMV area. I just so happened to be living and working there.